Hello, and welcome to another Rangaroo cast. Me, Rangaroo, and today we are doing a 1v1 on a walk through the Valley of Death. So let's introduce our two competitors. On the bottom side in the blue, playing as the United States Army, we have ourselves Boomer. And up top in the red, also playing as the US of A, we got ourselves Ufi. And well, let's get things underway. Both sides going for standard oil refineries and then the barracks. And Ufi going to be doing two refineries and one oil. While Boomer just gets his infantry. Seems like he's going to be capping the left-hand bank and the right-hand bank straight away. With two barracks. Oh, I see. He wants to get map control ASAP. And he's going to be putting a refinery on the left-hand side already, quite fast. Very expansionist playstyle from Boomer. Well, Ufi's going to go for two refineries on their aluminium. Going to be using up his base resources very quickly. And he even has an oil field slap bang in the centre. And looking at the centre, it is oil field central. On both sides, the USA, they definitely heavily require lots of oil. Just building everything. Very oil heavy faction. Both sides just getting their economies up. And Ufi getting another oil field in the far right flank. And he's going to be building himself a light vehicle bay. Well, Boomer's still just getting more oil fields. He's definitely a little bit behind in the resource game. But he does have those two side banks. And our javelin guys in them units should be pretty easy to defend. And yeah, getting lots of striker MGSs being brought out. There's some US Marines as well. He's going to be getting the striker ICV to carry the Marines. Probably try and capture either the left or the right hand bank. And if we look down at Boomer, he's going to be getting the field generator's got an MG nest already in his base. And he's going very infantry heavy. He's got infantry all this surrounding buildings for base defense. He's getting more infantry to go in the flanks to probably take cover in the buildings by the bank. Will he have enough here to really defend from all the strikers? And that is, damn, that is a lot of strikers. We got like an octopus striker here, the mega striker, shoots in all directions at the same time. It's the final boss of active aggression. Or is that just a bug? That was just a bug, huh? Oh no, oh, there they go, they all split up. It's like a Russian Katyusha dome. They're taking fire from the javelins. But these guys are just going to storm on in. And will Boomer really have enough to deal with this? I mean, he's getting the turret upgrade for his MG nest. He's getting an air control center already, meaning he's already at DEFCON 2. And here they come, strikers barreling in. All the Marines already getting killed. I mean, dislodged from their ICV. And here come the F-35, dropping in some missiles. And thanks to the placement of the MG nests in the infantry, Boomer will be able to hold off this assault. But he does have a problem with some Marines in his back lines. Let's exchange fire one another. Let's see what Ufi's building up here. He's going to be getting himself a phalanx. And damn, he's have expanded quite a bit, already going to the right hand side, but an F-35 flying over. He's getting a few kills. And now phalanx is definitely going to be needed. A rise purchasing decision. We've got another MG nest being brought down right next to his infantry building. And will the MG guy kill it? There we go. And the power plant being brought up. And I think that is a field hospital? No, that's 2 LEMs, never mind. Well, Boomer's going for a definitely very unconventional playstyle. He's not getting any strikers or light vehicles, which I would say is the benefit of the United States Army early game. But instead just going, you know, lots of infantry, MG Nest and F-35s Razoo. But he's going to get himself a heavy vehicle bay. And the same thing for Ufi, also getting a heavy vehicle bay. And a power plant as well. And he also has a logistical centre, which is always a very nice thing to have. As Hercules definitely increase the survivability of US units. Boomer's just sticking to what he's at. He's not really expanding all that much, just staying in his base. Though his refineries are probably going to run out sometime soon. And here comes 2 F-35s. A really good fighter, it's a really good bomber really to spam, because they're very cheap, 1,600. Roughly the same price of a Striker MGS. I'll say a bit cheaper in a Striker, because you don't have to pay any aluminium. And you can just call these in, do a bit of damage, and if your opponent doesn't have any AA, you can just bog right off easy peasy like. And if you do lose them, it doesn't matter, it's 1,600. Speaking of losing, this is a great position for Boomer, just placing his javelin guys by his ramp, so anything that comes up, just get blown up to Kingdom Come. A great use of his infantry, not doing any mainline pushes with them, but harassing the back lines, taking advantage of the buildings, and you can especially do this in this map because all the buildings by the main roadside where your bloody harvesters will drive by. And he's just picking them off left, right and centre. Now Ufi has got himself a few mortar strikers, definitely the best thing he can bring, but you don't want to bring him that close, that's not a good idea. That's a bit silly. That's very silly. And he finally realizes his mistake and he's going to be pulling back. And there we go, some long range bombardment, that's exactly what he needs to do. Blow that house up if you can. F-35 flying around, but we also got ourselves an AA position over here from Ufi. And he's definitely taken advantage of the map control he does have, just capping this entire oil field central. This has made a Saudi giggle, please. And an FOB as well. But Boomer's got himself some Abrams now. Adding to his ground forces. He's definitely been doing quite a bit of expansion in his base. Got himself the logistical centre. 2 air control towers. And there comes the Abrams moving down the middle, but the MG Nest over here do have a tow. And these guys will probably have a tow sometime soon, I guess. Yeah, there we go. It's researching it ASAP. There we go. F-35 flying over, doing a bit of damage. And I say it's a very nice mix of ground assault and air assault. But he doesn't really have enough ground forces to deal with more Abrams that Ufi just brought up. And these Abrams definitely have the Tusk Run upgrade, giving them 10 extra hit points. And Ufi's just, I want to see his economy right now.
Stealth enemy unit detected.
He's got making quite a bit of money. Well, Boomer's, yeah, he's constantly at 0 oil.
Unit lost.
He's definitely buying an awful lot of
Enemy
things.
unit detected.
That's pretty intense here.
He's going to have himself a nice squadron of 6 F-35s. Keep thinking it's a fighter. But as raw now, it's a ground attack aircraft. Nufi's moving his Abrams on the right hand side. Probably trying to deal with infantry in the bank. And this is getting themselves more and more Abrams. Here comes more F-35s barreling down the middle. And there goes that defensive position. And he is definitely putting a lot of pressure on Ufi right now, just with the constant airstrikes. Forcing him to get a bloody phalanx in the centre. And he's sending F-35s around the right hand side. But we're trying to deal with all these Abrams. And he does manage to get almost 3 kills. And Ufi's starting to expand on the right hand side, and Boomer doing the same thing as well on his own side on the left, of course. And he's also getting some oil refineries dangerously close to the enemies. Does have a lot of javelin men. But that phalanx, you can see, can just shoot down their missiles in midair. Still going to need some more direct fire if we want to do any damage to the MG nests. And that's exactly what he's got. He's got an NLOS C, long range artillery unit. And here comes more F-35s, but this time it's not going to be so profitable for him, as one does get shot down. And is he going to lose a second? Oh, he does lose a second. And right after the assault, Ufi's going to be counter-attacking with a bunch of Abrams. Going to go straight for the artillery pieces. The Abrams are just racking in the middle. And they do have the Tusk 2 upgrade, meaning Ufi is definitely at DEFCON level 1. He's already mining that rare earth materials. And the F-35 is just keeping constant pressure up, not getting too much damage in. These guys do have a very big health pool now. And Boomer just getting all his districts secured up with infantry. And they're just going to drive right into the heart of the enemy base. They're going to be taking quite a lot of damage here, and these guys are already hurt quite a bit. So I don't think they're going to do all that well. Yeah, it's a lot of missiles. And he is just going to be pulling back. The F-35s are giving chase. That last Abrams still alive, just pounding their refinery, and it does go down. There's a lot of POWs that neither side have bothered to capture yet. And we've got a bunch of Delta Force infiltrating the right hand side bank. Yeah, this is how you use Deltas. As you can see, they're flipping fantastic at dealing with enemy infantry. And he managed to take out an entire bank without even losing one unit here. One is on very low HP. Just completely assaulting it. And you already got a second big assault here from Ufi. Notice that he's got an awful lot of blazers. Definitely the right decision. Boomer got more artillery, but as you can see, there's nothing really in his front line to protect him. Got a few javelin guys, but that's really it. And this tank is so moving on the right hand side to just try to deal with these javelins, taking advantage of the terrain to move them up. And now the blazers with their miniguns, you know what's going to happen, they all get killed. And we've got a big assault on the middle, javelins and then losses firing like crazy. But the Phalanx is doing a pretty damn good job shooting most of them down. And that's exactly what the end losses are gonna kill. Now the javelins will have free reign on targets. See, pretty much bloody artillery. Insane range for such a small unit. But as you can see, Syria has like no Abrams, no real big buffer units to protect him. All these guys can go down quite easily if anything does get too close, and here we go. Blaze is shooting the missiles down. And he's bringing more of them up. As you can see, no javelin is going to hit him. Except for that one blazer. And it's second blazered. And maybe the third? Oh, that one survived from what was already dead. But as they go, they move up. And Boomer, he can't really do anything to stop this. I mean, you can bring out F-35s, but it's going to take a while to kill them all. And by the time they, refuel and rearm, they're going to be healed up by the Hercules. There they go, it's going to go right down the main base. Boomer is starting to get a helipad. And this is probably going to be the end for Boomer unless he can pull something out his butt. So he's using heavy artillery to pound him. If he can just go for like the power plants, he can knock out the air control towers. He's under 2 Abrams to deal with the artillery unit. Going straight for the heavy vehicle bay. And that may not have been the best idea. That one lone Abrams is going to be pulling back. Javelin pound him. And yeah, Boomer will surrender, and that is going to be a GG to Ufri. And yeah, that was a very good match on Ufri's side. Both sides did, even though they were the same faction, they did very different playstyles. Boomer, very much infantry heavy, and plane heavy, not aircraft, but just planes. And Ufri just going standard. You know, I'm going to go from strikers and get myself some Abrams, and I'm just going to push forward with ground units. But I just want to talk about Boomer for a little bit, because that was a very interesting playstyle, just getting lots of infantry off the bat and spreading them out everywhere. And that's a good idea, but he did manage to spread them out in a lot of places, but he couldn't really, he couldn't spread them out in the middle. So he lost middle control, and it's not really too much he can do about it until he, starts getting Abrams, but he never really got enough. And he couldn't get his infantry around really fast enough. He didn't have any transports moving him around left or right. He didn't get a light vehicle bay. He couldn't even get a striker ICV or get a helipad and get a little bed. But a very interesting playstyle. I think it would have worked better if he incorporated some helicopters earlier on, because he didn't have much to deal with, big ground pushes. F-35s, even though they're nice for killing a few units, they're more like support. They're not great for, they can't stop an assault by themselves, but they can do a really good job just flying over quickly and getting, 2 to 4 kills. But yeah, a interesting match indeed. And yeah, I'm just gonna end things off here. This has been another Rangaroo cast. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as usual, please just take it easy.